I love Gilbert and Sullivan. I love Peachy Woodhouse.
You alone are sad and out of spirits.
Oh, Mother, is my outward appearance so clear?
Clear as an open window, dear. What is the reason? Speak, my daughter, speak.
Please, do not ask. If my complexion complexion should quickly change from white to red, and then again from red to white, oh, take no notice. If my poor limbs should tremble with emotion, worry not, mother. It is nothing. If long and deep-drawn sighs I should happen to utter, heed them not. Their cause must never be known.
I cannot say I'm at all comforted. But if you wish to be undisturbed, I will attempt to comply. Come along, ladies.
When he is here, I sigh with pleasure. When he is gone, I sigh with grief. My hopeless fear no soul can measure. His love alone can give my aching heart relief. Can give my aching heart relief. When he is cold, I weep for sorrow. When he is kind, I weep for joy. My grief untold knows no tomorrow. My grief untold knows no tomorrow. My heart resigned, a pale and hopeless pining toy. A pale and hopeless pining toy. When I rejoice, he shows no pleasure. When I am sad, it grieves him not. His solemn voice, his tones I treasure. My heart they glad, they solace my unhappy lot. They solace my unhappy lot. When hope I shove, my woe they chasten. When woe I part, my hope they cheer. A fool of love to him I hasten. A fool of love to him I hasten. From him apart my life is very sad and drear. My life is very sad and drear.
My daughter, though you refuse to share your troubled thoughts with your sympathetic mother, in your overwhelming emotion, you sing them freely to everyone else. And I confess, I too heard your sorrowful song. Come, tell me about it. I too have loved. But that was long ago. Who is the object of your young affections?
Hush, mother. He's here.
Our Reverend Vicar!
Oh, pity me. My heart is almost broken.
My child, it is a good match. Be comforted. I shall not oppose a marriage between you and our Reverend Dr. Daly. Take him, he's yours. May you and he be happy.
But, mother dear, he's not yours to give.
That's true.
He might object.
Also true.
He seems so uninterested in me.
Be comforted. I'll take care of this.
Oh, mother.
I'll probe him on the subject.
Take care. These are delicate and powerful emotions you probe.
Don't fear, dear. It's in my hands.
That is what I fear.
Leave this affair to me.
The air is filled with love songs. Be still, my fluttering heart. These airborne verses of romance stir up the aching memories of old days, and the inexplicable desire to sing along. Time was when love and I were well acquainted. Time was when we walked ever hand in hand. A saintly youth with worldly thought untainted, none better loved than I in all the land. Time was when maidens of the noblest station, forsaking even military men, would gaze upon me wrapped in adoration. Ah me, I was a fair young pastor then. Had I a headache, sighed the maids assembled. Had I a cold, well forth the silent tear. Did I look pale, then half the parish trembled, and when I coughed I thought the end was near. I had no care, no jealous doubt hung o'er me, for I was loved beyond all other men. Fled gilded dukes and belted earls before me. Ah me, I was a pale young pastor then. A pale young pastor, a pale young pastor. Ah me, I was a pale young pastor then.
Good day, Reverend Sir.
Oh, good Mrs. Bartlett. I'm glad to see you. And your little daughter Constance, why? She is quite a little woman, I declare.
Oh, Mother, I cannot speak to him.
Yes, Reverend Sir, she's nearly 22 and as good a girl as ever stepped, don't you think?
Oh, I'm sure of it.
She's also quite available,
Oh.
you know.
Steady yourself, Daly. Well, that being the case, I can think of no better place for our youth than our parish's choir. I'll have her signed up immediately.
That is not what I meant. You see, I believe I may soon be losing her.
Oh. Oh my, is she sick?
Oh, no. I don't mean that, but young girls look to get married.
Ah, to be sure. Well, at her age, there's plenty of time for that. 4 or 5 years, Mrs. Bartlett, 4 or 5 years. And when the time does come, I myself shall have much pleasure in marrying her.
Oh, Mother!
To a strapping young fellow of her own rank.
Oh, Mother, he does not love me.
Reverend Sir, if you'll excuse the liberty, I must observe that you yourself are a rather strapping fellow.
Oh, really, Mrs. Bartlett, you must stop.
I suggest you listen to him, Mother.
I've often wondered that you have never married. Surely there must be some young maid who has caught your soul alight.
Be still, my fluttering heart. Whew.
Practically speaking, a clergyman's wife does so much good in a village. Besides that, you are not as young as you were, and before very long you will want someone to nurse you and look after your little comforts.
Mrs. Bartlett, there is much truth in what you say. I'm indeed getting on in years, and a helpmate would share my declining days. Time was when that might have been, but those days were long, long ago. I'm an old fogey now, my dear, am I not? 28 years old, a very old fogey indeed. No, Mrs. Bartlett, my mind is quite made up. I shall live and die, a solitary old bachelor.
Oh, Mother!
That was less successful than I had hoped. But come, dear. At a more fitting time, we will try again. We will try again.
She must have something grave on her mind. Time was when this old heart would have throbbed double time at the sight of such a fairy form. Oh, but hush. No use complaining. Ooh, here comes the young Alexis with his proud and happy father. Time to dry this telltale tear. Sir Marmaduke, my dear young friend Alexis, on this most happy, most prosperous engagement, permit me as a true old friend to tender my best, my very best congratulations.
Sir, you are most considerate.
Dr. Daly, my dear old tutor and my valued pastor, I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Son, may fortune bless you. May the middle distance of your young life be as pleasant as the foreground, the joyous foreground. And when you have reached it, that which is now the far-off horizon, what will then become the middle distance, in fruitful promise be exceeded only by that which will have in the meantime opened into a new and glorious horizons.
Dear sir, that was simply beautiful. It was an excellent example of the old school of dignified compliment, to which I've always been much addicted. Will you oblige me with a copy of it in neat manuscript, that I myself may use it on appropriate occasion?
Sir, you shall have a neatly written copy on your desk ere the golden celestial face has sunk into its western slumbers.
So, when I am at the middle horizon of the glorious distance, I will be at the far off joyousness of the pleasant foreground. Or was it the other way around?
Come, I'll explain to you in writing. Now rouse yourself to receive a fiancée. She'll be here in 5 minutes.
Oh, rapture!
Yes, you are a fortunate young fellow, and I do not deny that this union with the house of Saint-Gajor realizes my fondest wishes. Aileen is rich, and she comes of a sufficiently old family, for she is the 7,037th direct descendant of Helen of Troy. True, that lady was involved in some slight scandal, that affair with Paris, I'm sure you read of it. But what family is without flaw? Other than my own, of course. You are a very lucky fellow, sir, a very lucky fellow.
Father, I am welling over with joy. No sickly sorrow taints the lucid lake of liquid love, upon which hand in hand Aileen and I shall float into eternity.
Alexis! I wish you would not speak so openly of your love for this young lady. You were always singing ballads in praise of her beauty, and you expect the very servants wait around you to join along in your blissful chorus.
But father, the servants do join along.
Pooh-pooh.
And the man who loves as deeply as I do must express his love.
I say pooh-pooh, sir. It is unbecoming. 50 years ago, I madly loved your future mother-in-law, the Lady Saint-Gajor. And I have reason to believe she returned my love. But we were never guilty of the public indecency of rushing into each other's arms, exclaiming, "Oh, my adored one, beloved boy, ecstatic rapture, unmingled joy." That seems to be the modern fashion of lovemaking. No, sir, with us it was, "Madam, I trust you were in the enjoyment of good health." "Sir, you are vastly polite. I insist I am mighty well." And so forth. Much more becoming, much more respectful. But look, Aileen approaches. Let us retire, that she may compose herself for the ceremony in which she is to play so important a part.
With heart and with voice, let us welcome this maiden to the youth of her choice. With the heart palpitating comes the lovely Aileen. Comes the lovely Aileen. May their love
greeting. And as you wish me every earthly joy, I trust your wishes will have quick fulfillment.
Congratulations. Heed not the tear that dims this aged eye. Old memories crowd around me, but it is for myself, Aileen, not for thee.
With heart and with voice, let us welcome this mating to the maid of his choice. With a heart palpitating, comes Alexis the brave. With heart and with voice, let us welcome this mating to the maid of his choice. To the maid of his choice comes the brave Alexis, the brave Alexis, Alexis the brave.
Oh, my adored one.
Beloved boy.
Ecstatic rapture.
Oh, mingled joy.
Welcome joy, adieu to sadness, as the new dawn gilds the day. So those eyes, twin orbs of gladness, chase the clouds of care away. Irresistible incentive bids me humbly kiss your hand. I'm your servant, most attentive to command. Wild with adoration, mad with fascination, to indulge my lamentation, no occasion do I miss. Goaded to distraction by maddening inaction, I find some satisfaction in imagining like this. Saint-Gajor, my stronghold, Saint-Gageor divine, welcome to my threshold. Angel, oh, be mine, immortal divine. Angel, oh, be mine. Irresistible incentive bids me humbly kiss your hand. I'm your servant, most attentive to command.
Sir, I thank you most politely for your grateful courtesy. Compliment more truly knightly never yet was paid to me. Chivalry is an ingredient sadly lacking in our land. Sir, I am your most obedient to command. Wild with adoration, mad with fascination, to indulge my lamentation, no occasion do I miss. Goaded to destruction by lamenting in action, I find some satisfaction in apostrophe like this. Marmaduke immortal, Marmaduke divine, take me cross thy threshold, loved one, oh, be mine. Immortal, divine, loved one, oh, be mine.
Wild with adoration, mad with fascination, to indulge my lamentation, no occasion do I miss. Wild with adoration, to indulge my lamentation, no occasion do I miss. I'm your servant,
mad with fascination, to indulge my lamentation, no occasion do I miss.
Obedient
To indulge my lamentation, no occasion do I miss.
Yes, and
Mad with fascination, to indulge my lamentation, no occasion do I miss.
You're most obedient. You're most obedient to command.
Sir.
Madam.
All is prepared for sealing and for signing. The contract has been drafted as agreed.
All is prepared for sealing and for signing. The contract has been drafted as agreed.
Approach the table, all ye lovers pining with hand and seal. Now execute the deed.
Approach the table, all ye lovers pining with hand and seal. Now execute the deed.
I deliver it as my act indeed.
I deliver it as my act indeed.
See, they sign without a quiver, and to seal proceed. They deliver it as their act indeed. They deliver it as their act indeed. With heart and with voice, let us welcome this mating queen, here to rejoice. With true love, how was hating.
My darling, you are now irrevocably betrothed to me. Are you not very, very happy?
Oh, Alexis, do you doubt it? Do I not love you above all on earth, and am I not beloved in return? Is not true love, faithfully given and faithfully returned, the source of every earthly joy?
Of there can be no doubt. Oh, that the word could be persuaded by the truth of those words. Oh, that the word could break down the artificial barriers of wealth, rank, education, age, beauty, habits, taste, and temper, and recognize the glorious principle that in marriage alone can be found, the cure-all for all.
Continue to preach that sweet doctrine, O evangelist of true happiness, and someday the world will learn.
I hope so, but as yet the cause progresses slowly. Still, I have made some converts to the principles. When I lecture on the subject to manual laborers, the laborers are always unanimous in favor of my views. I am received with enthusiasm when I preach in poorhouses, beer shops, or lunatic asylums. And those wise fellows all profess the advantages of marrying wealthy ladies in high class and social influence.
Remarkable. How can anybody say that the uneducated are unintelligent? And what do the wealthy ladies of high class and social influence say?
At present, they are less open to reason.
The fools. You'll convert them yet, my dear.
I lean that everyone alive were as wise as you are. Why those in high ranks refuse to see the benefits of love conquering ranks? I cannot fathom.
Nor I. It seems the working man is the true intelligence after all.
He is a noble creature, once he has put down the bottle. Yes, true happiness comes from true love, and it should be independent of external influences. It should live upon itself and by itself, and in itself, love should live for love alone. Love feeds on many kinds of food, I know. Some love for rank and some for duty. Some give their hearts away for empty shore, and others love for youth and beauty. To love for money all the world is prone. Some love themselves and live all lonely. Give me that love that loves for love alone. I love that love, I love it only. I love that love, I love it only. Give me that loves for love alone. I love that love, I love it only. For any other joy can first, whose loving wife adores him duly. Want, misery, and care may work their worst, if loving woman loves you truly. A lover's thoughts are ever with his own, none truly loved is ever lonely. Give me that love that loves for love alone. I love that love, I love it only. I love that love, I love it only. Give me that love that loves for love alone. I love that love, I love it only.
Those are noble principles.
Yes, Aileen, they are. True happiness comes from true love, and it shouldn't be independent of external influences. It should live upon itself and by itself, and in itself, love should live for love alone. Which is why I've contacted the firm of J.W.S. and Company to help me in such matters.
What? You've contacted whom?
J.W.S. and Company. They are the old family business of sorcerers at number 70 Cimeriac Street in New York.
Sorcerers?
Indeed. You may have seen their advertisements.
I may have. If I recall, it looked dangerous, expensive, and tacky.
That sounds right.
Why should you have need for a company of sorcerers?
I grant you it is a desperate step, but it is a desperate step taken in the name of God. You see, the company carries a potion which, if reports may be believed, is simply infallible. I intend to distribute this potion secretly through the village, and after I have done so, there will not be an adult in the place who will not have learned the secret of pure and lasting happiness. What do you say to that?
You mean to use a love potion on every adult in the village?
What better way to spread the love doctrine than with a love potion? You may be impressed by my reasoning. I know, because I was.
Oh, Alexis, I don't think it would be right. Indeed, I don't. And then, oh, but a real sorcerer? Oh, it would be downright wicked.
Aileen, in accordance with the principles we have discussed, is it or is it not desirable to drench the whole village up to its lips in love and to couple them in matrimony without the barriers of rank, age, and fortune?
Unquestionably.
That unpleasant as it is to resort to supernatural aid, I must pocket my adversions for the sake of the great and good outcome I have in my mind. Hercules!
Yes, sir.
Is Mr. Wells here?
Yes. He's in the tent, refreshing.
Ask him to be so good to step this way.
Yes, sir.
Well, Alexis, a real sorcerer? Why should be frightened to death?
I trust my alien will not give it into fear while the strong right arm of her Alexis is here to protect her.
It's nonsense, dear, to talk of you protecting me with your strong right arm in the face of a sorcerer who can turn me into a pink armadillo before you can turn round.
He can change you into a pink armadillo, no doubt, but it's very unlikely. His firm is well respected in the trade, and I doubt he would take such a liberty. It would be terrible for business.
Good day, sir.
Good day. I believe you are a sorcerer.
Yes, sir. My name is John Wellington Wells. I'm a dealer in magic and spells, in blessings and curses and every persons as prophecies, witches and knells. If you want a proud floor to make tracks, if you'd melt a rich uncle in wax, you've but to look in on the resident inn number 70 Cimeriacs. We've a first-rate assortment of magic, and for raising a posthumous shade, with effects that are comic or tragic, there's no cheaper house on the trade. Love potions, we boxes full of it, and for knowledge if anyone burns, we're keeping a very small profit, a prophet who brings us unbounded returns. For he can prophesy with the wink of his eye, peep with security into futurity, sum up your history, clear up a mystery, humor proclivity, with no passivity, with no passivity. He has answers oracular, boogie spectacular, tetrapods tragical, mirror so magical, fast astronomical, solemn comical, and if you want it, he's fatal to vanity, take your quantity. If anyone anything lacks, he'll find it already in stacks. If he'll only look in on the resident inn number 70 Cimeriacs. He can raise you hosts of ghosts, and that without reflectors, and creepy things with wings, and gaunt and grisly specters. Can fill your crowds of shrouds, and horrify you vastly. He can rack your brains with chains, and give rings grim and ghastly. Then if you planet, he changes organity with an urbanity, full of satanity, vexes humanity with an inanity, fatal to vanity, driving your foes to the verge of insanity. Barring tautology, in demonology, electrobiology, mystic physiology, spiritology, high-class astrology, such as his knowledge, he isn't the man to require an apology. My name is John Wellington Wells. I'm a dealer in magic and spells, in blessings and curses, and never the persons, his prophecies, witches, and knells. And if anyone anything lacks, he'll find it already in stacks, if you'll only look in on the resident in number 70 Cimmeriacs.
I may have missed some part of it.
Oh, I can do it again.
No, that's not necessary. I believe I caught right that your name is John Wellington Wells.
Yes, sir. J.W. Wells of J.W. Wells and Company at your service. My firm practices necromancies in all of its branches. We carry a fine assortment of wishing caps, amulets, charms, and counter charms. We also have a horoscope at a very reasonable price that I personally guarantee.
Oh, Alexis, tell him you're not interested. Tell him you've changed your mind.
Perhaps I can interest the young lady in our Abuda chest. Each contains a powerful patented hag. You just wind up the box, and out she pops to prophesy impending disaster.
Oh, thank you. We already have 3.
We also have first-class Aladdin lamps, which make a fine addition to any dining room.
Actually, Mr. Wells, I have sent for you to consult you in a very important matter. I am in need of a product of your catalog that yields a powerful influence over other people.
I believe I have just the thing. Not again. Ooh, save that for later. Aha! For the diligent customer, mindful of his earnings, I offer this. I call it Curses for a Penny, the cheapest and most reliable you'll find in the business. But if you're feeling more charitable, we also carry a fine assortment of blessings, but they're very little asked for. We only ever sold one since Christmas to a fellow who intended to send it to his mother-in-law. But it turned out he was afflicted in the head, and so the product was returned to us. But the penny curse is very good too. They are tremendously popular, and we cannot turn them out fast enough.
Before you go on, allow me to explain the nature of my interest. I am just recently wed.
Oh, well then, old soaring congratulations. Now, I know you're wanting the blessing, but if you're wanting the curse, it's not my place to judge.
That's just my point, Mr. Wells. Love is always a blessing. And now, on the occasion of my wedding, I would very much like to share the truth with everybody else. I believe your company carries a patent oxyhydrogen love at first sight potion.
Ah, that we do. Here it is, the finest love potion you will never find. It is our top-selling item.
Now, I want to know if you can confidently guarantee it possesses all the qualities you claim for it in your advertisement.
Sir, we are not in the habit of falsely advertising our goods. Ours is a well-established firm with a large family connection, and every assurance you see in the advertisement is fully guaranteed.
Oh, Alexis, don't offend him. He'll change us into something dreadful. I know he will.
I could, you know I could. But of course, that's terrible for business.
I only mean to ensure the success of my plan. You see, I am anxious to distribute that potion secretly for purely philanthropical motives among the inhabitants of this village. I shall, of course, require a larger quantity.
In buying such a quantity, sir, we deduct 10% if you pay cash immediately.
I think I should mention that I'm a member of the army.
In that case, we deduct 25%.
Elite. The villagers will assemble for wine and joyous carousing in a couple of minutes. That will be the opportune time for us to administer them the potion by slipping it into their drinks. Quickly, go and fetch a teapot.
But Alexis...
My darling, you must obey me, if you please. Go and fetch a teapot.
I am sure Dr. Daly would disapprove of this.
And how soon does it take effect?
With the proper dosage, 12 hours. Whoever drinks of this loses consciousness for that period, and upon waking, falls in love, as a matter of course, with the first lady he meets who has also tasted it, and his affection is at once returned.
Good. Then, Mr. Wells, I shall feel obliged if you will pour as much potion into this teapot as will suffice to affect the whole village.
But bless me, Alexis, many of the villagers are married people.
Madam, you doubt the scruples of my firm and you offend me. This potion is made with the strictest ethical principles. On married people, it has no effect whatsoever. But your apprehensions are not unfounded. The powers of love are highly potent and very powerful indeed. And so I am required to conjure up powerful forces to influence them. Are you quite sure you have nerve enough to carry you through such a fearful ordeal?
I am quite sure I don't.
I beg your pardon, Aileen. I believe he was speaking to me. And I am quite sure I do. In the good cause, I fear nothing.
Very well. As you order the product, I deliver it. Come, let us proceed at once to the incantation. Sprites of earth and air, fiends of flame and fire, demon souls come here and souls this dreadful deed inspire. Up here, up here, up here.
Good master, we are here.
Noisome hags of night, imps of deadly shade, pallid ghosts, arise in hosts and lend me all your aid. Up here, up here, up here.
All are here assembled, these fiends of the night.
Oh, Alexis, I tremble. Seek safety in flight. Let us fly to the far-off land where peace and plenty dwell, where the sigh of the silver strand is echoed in every shell, to the joys that flag will give on the wings of love will fly in innocence there to live, in innocence there to die, in innocence there to live, into the night to live and die.
Too late, too late, that may not be, that may not be, that happy fate is not for thee, that happy fate is not for thee.
Now shriveled hags with poison bags discharge your loathsome blows. Spit flame and fire, unholy choir, belch forth your venom tones. Ye demons fell of yelp and yell, spread curses far afield. ye fiends of night, you filthy blight, and noisome plenty yield. Number 1.
It is done.
Number 2.
One too few.
Number 3.
Set us free, set us free. Our work is done.
Let us fly to a far off land where peace and plenty reign, where the sights of the silver strand echoing and resound. Let us fly, 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 let us fly.
Now to the back we press, now for the eggs and the ham. Now for the mustard press, now for the strawberry jam. Now for the tea of our horse, now for the rollicking bun. Now for the muffin and toast, and now for the buttery bun. Now for the muffin and toast, and now for the buttery bun. The eggs and the ham and the strawberry jam, the rollicking bun and the buttery fun. The eggs and the ham and the strawberry jam, the rollicking bun and the buttery fun. The eggs and the ham and the strawberry jam and the rollicking bun. The rollicking bun and the buttery fun and the strawberry jam. Bun, bun, oh the strawberry, strawberry jam. Jam, jam, oh the rollicking, rollicking bun.
The feast is spread before ye. Be happy all, and fear nothing, but enjoy yourselves. Eat, drink, and be merry. For once, let thoughtless folly rule the day. Eat, drink, and give way. Banish all worry and sorrow. Laugh freely today. Weep if you're sorry tomorrow. Come, pass the cup around. Drink till you cannot get sicker. It's strong as renowned, for it was brewed by the vicar. It's strong as renowned, for it was brewed by the vicar.
Night so melting as tea, and brewing a kettle of tea. Ha 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 ha, a pretty stiff kettle of tea.
See they drink, all thought unheeding, the teacups clink. They are exceeding, their hearts will melt in the 12th hour. Then we beheld the potion's power, then we beheld the potion's power, the potion's power.
Pain trouble and care, misery, heartache and worry. Quick, out of your lair, get you all gone in a hurry. Toil, sorrow and plot, fly away quicker and quicker. 3 spoons to the pot, that is the brew of your vicar. 3 spoons to the pot, that is the brew of your vicar.
None so cunning as he, a brewing and casualty, a pretty swift casualty. A terrible surprise!
This way. The magic potion should soon take effect.
How do we know these are the effects of the love potion and not the strong libations from the wedding feast?
Dr. Daly is renowned for his strong brewed tea.
He adds an additional 3 spoonfuls of tea leaves, if you can believe them.
I'm sure before my arrival, yours was a wedding to remember. But we shall know it is the potion's power once they begin to arise at the mystic hour of midnight. That's when all good spells take effect.
Mr. Wells, forgive me, but I have apprehensions, yes. I pray you're not offended, but I doubt the good that may arise of this intervention.
I wouldn't worry if I were you.
Why is that?
Because I am not you.
Mr. Wells!
I simply have a professional rule against involving myself in the personal affairs of clients. You order the product, I deliver it, and ensure it behaves as advertised, whatever the outcome. Simply that.
Your profession involves matters of love, sir. Can affairs be any more personal?
Wait a moment. My father is not here, nor your mother, either.
I didn't think it appropriate to have your good parents, the well-respected vicar, and the stalwart young notary lying about outside. And so I took the liberty of having them carried home and put to bed, as befits their respectable positions. I trust this meets your approval?
Sir, you have shown more sound judgment, wisdom, and tactfulness than I would have expected of a person of your station.
Your compliment is most heartily felt, sir.
It appears your professional policy covers a wide range.
Listen, look. They arise one by one. I suggest we give them room as the spirits of love may take hold of their hearts.
Where be going and what be going doing? Sleeping outside when the stars arise.
Why, that's the perfect way to have to ruin. They don't seem to respect holy signs.
Look at you, do not mean nothing now.
Something to discuss now. Tell me
And one nose, and one eyes miss, lips like a rose, and cheeks like whiteness.
I tell you true, which I never done, sir. I like you, as I never liked them, sir.
Hey, but I do like you. Marry me, I'll dig for you and break for you.
Dear friends, take pity on my lot. The force is in the maker. I long have loved, and who would not, our kind and reverend vicar. Long years ago my love began, so sweetly yet so sadly. But when I saw this strange old man, my old love quickly from me ran, and now I love him madly. I love him madly. Oh, you very, very plain old man, I love you madly. You very plain old man, I love you madly.
I am a very deaf old man and hear you very badly.
You very little man, you love so madly.
I know not why I love him so. It is enchantment surely. He's dry and stuffy, deaf and slow, ill-tempered, weak and poorly. He's ugly and absurdly dressed, and 67 merely. He's everything that I detest, but if the truth must be confessed, I love him very dearly. I love him dearly. Oh, you're everything that I detest, but still I love you dearly. You're all that I detest, I love you dearly.
I caught that line, but for the rest, I could not hear you clearly.
You very little man, you love so dearly.
Oh joy, and the charm works well, and all are now united.
Dear boy, who beats the spell? True love has them delighted. Oh, wait, joy, no words can tell how my poor heart has lighted. They'll soon apply a marriage vow to say that we're united. I do confess an anxious care, my heart would spirit vexes, and none will less exemplary of their beloved Alexis, of their Alexis. Oh, joy, the charm that's round our hearts united. The soon apply a marriage vow to say that we're united. To happiness reigns everywhere, and trust in both the sexes, and all the blessings will bear out their beloved Alexis. Happiness reigns everywhere, and trust in both the sexes, and all the blessings will bear out their beloved Alexis. Oh joy, oh joy. Oh joy, oh joy. Oh joy, oh joy. Oh joy, oh joy. Oh
Happiness has spread far throughout the village today. Do you not see how very well everything has worked out? I only blush to think how grateful everyone will be when they learn this was my doing.
They will be very grateful.
Your predictions were correct. How joyful they all seem in their newfound happiness.
Just look at Constance. Why she had been looking downright glum just 12 hours ago, and now she looks positively undecided. She is still becoming familiar with her newfound happiness, I expect.
Yet for all the abounding joy, not a match has been made that the hollow world would not consider ill-advised.
But we are wiser, far wiser than the world, for we know there is much good to come to these ill-assorted unions. The miserly wife will check the reckless expenditure of his overly frivolous companion. The wealthy husband will shower innumerable gifts on his penniless bride, and the young and lively spouse will cheer the declining days of her aged partner with humorous songs unceasing.
What a delightful prospect for him. Everyone seems to benefit from such unhindered pairings.
Yes, words cannot express how happy I am to have brought such joy to this village. But one thing remains to be done that my happiness may be complete. We must drink the potion ourselves, so that I may be assured of your love forever and ever.
Oh, Alexis, do you doubt me? Is it necessary that love such as ours should be secured with artificial means?
My dear Aileen, of course. I love you. This is precisely why I must insist. One of the few powers that may overcome love is time. And time works terrible changes, and I want to place our love beyond that chance of change.
But it is already far beyond that chance. Have faith in me, for my love can never ever change.
Then you absolutely refuse?
I do. If you cannot trust me, you have no right to love me, no right to be loved by me.
Enough, Aileen.
Ah!
You alone have the power to sanctify your love, beyond all doubt, beyond all corruptions by time. You alone have the power to make me the envy of kings. Yet you insist upon love that is like a flower, lasting but briefly before it fades. If this is what you call love, Aileen, you must find it another name. For it is not love.
But Alexis, that is not my love.
Thou hast the part I wanted, love to sanctify, hold up above, despite the gathering shade, to make that love of thine so sure, that come what may, it must endure, till time itself shall fade. Thy love is but a flower that fades within the hour. If such thy love, O shame, call it by other name. Thy love is but a flower that fades within the hour. If such thy love, O shame, call it by other name, it is not love. It is not love. And thine is the power and thine alone to place me on so proud a throne that kings might envy me. A priceless throne of love untorn, more rare than orient pearl and gold. But no, no, thou wouldst be free. Such love is like the rain that dies within the day. If such thy love, O shame, call it by other name. Such love is like the rain that dies within the day. If such thy love, O shame, call it by other name, it is not love.
counsel, for I am troubled. Dr. Daly?
It is singular. It is very singular. It has overthrown all my calculations. It distinctly opposes the law of averages. I cannot understand it.
Dr. Daly, what has puzzled you?
My dear, this village has not hitherto been addicted to marriage. Hitherto, the men of this village have not been particularly enterprising in the realm of romance, and the maidens have been distinctly coy in such matters. Imagine then my surprise when the whole village comes to me in one body and implores me to join them in holy matrimony with as little delay as possible. Even your excellent father has hinted that he may soon also change his matrimonial condition.
Oh, Alexis, do you hear that? Are you not delighted?
I will not deny that a union between your mother and my father would be a happy circumstance indeed. My dear sir, the news you bring of my father and the Lady Saint-Georges are very gratifying.
Yes, still, in my eyes, it has its melancholy side. This universal marriage calls to me those happy days when I might have. But hush, I'm too old to marry. Yet, ever since your celebration, I've felt a great difference within me. Oh, incidentally, I must confess, I don't remember very much of your celebration.
Perhaps next time use only just 2 extra spoonfuls of tea leaves.
Yes, that may just do it. Yeah, as of late, I've greatly yearned for companionship. And I never took notice of it before, but the young maidens of this village are rather pretty. And so are the middle-aged. Also the elderly. All are pretty, and all are engaged.
Alexis, here comes your father.
Mrs. Bartlett.
Dr. Daly, give me joy. Alexis, my dear boy, you will, I'm sure, be pleased to hear that my declining days are not unlikely to be comforted by the companionship of this good, virtuous, and amiable woman.
My dear father, this is not quite what I expected. By which I mean I'm certainly taken somewhat by surprise. By which I mean this is not quite what I expected.
Oh, sir, I entreat your forgiveness. I'm aware that socially I'm not everything that could be desired, nor am I blessed with an abundance of worldly goods. But I can at least give your esteemed father the great and priceless dowry of a true, tender, and loving heart.
I believe it. After all, a faithful love is the true source of every earthly joy.
I knew my boy would not blame his poor father for acting on an impulse of the heart that has never yet misled him. Zora is not perhaps what the world would call beautiful.
Still, she is pretty. Distinctly pretty.
Zora is very good, very honest, and quite, clean. And all that is worth far more than beauty, dear Sir Marmaduke.
Yes, beauty will fade and perish. Yet personal cleanliness is practically eternal. My dear Sir Marmaduke, I heartily congratulate you.
Well, it can hardly be necessary to assure you that any wife of yours is a mother of mine.
I rejoice that it's decided, happy now will be his life, for my father is provided with a true and tender wife.
She will tend him, nurse him, mend him, air his linen, dry his tears. Bless the thoughtful face that sent him such a wife to soothe his ears.
No young giddy, thoughtless maiden, full of graces, airs, and jeers, but a widow proudly laden with the weight of 50 years.
No high-born demanding beauty blazing like a jeweled sun, but a wife who'll do her duty as her duty should be done. She will tend him, nurse him, mend him, air his linen, dry his tears. Bless the thoughtful face that sent him such a wife to soothe his ears.
I'm no saucy minx and giddy, hussy such as them abound, but a clean and tidy witty will be known for miles around.
All the village now have mated, and are happy as can be. I to live alone am fated, no one's left to marry me.
No one left to marry him. But she will tend him, nurse him, mend him, air his linen, dry his tears. Bless the thoughtful face that sent him such a wife to soothe his ears. Bless the thoughtful face that sent him such a wife to soothe his ears. Such a wife to soothe his ears.
Dr. Daly? Oh, Dr. Daly!
Ooh, big trouble. A cure-all as powerful as love will necessarily have such powerful adverse reactions on some people. And with so many people affected, why, it's nearly enough for me to forsake my policy against personal involvement. Nearly. Just nearly. One thing's for certain. I must stop offering refunds for the love potion. Oh, I have wrought much evil with my spells, and ill I can't undo. Oh, this is too bad for you, J.W. Wells. What wrong have they done you? And see, another lovelorn lady comes. Alas, poor stricken dame. A mournful wistfulness her life benumbs, and mine alone to blame.
Alas, well a day, I sigh for love, hopeless I pray, for I am very old and gray. But stay. What is this fairy form I see before me?
Oh, God, she's going to adore me. This last catastrophe is overpowering.
Oh, why do you glare at me while you are cowering? For pity's sake, recoil not thus from me.
Oh, my lady, leave me. This may never be. Hate me, I drop my hate just half through life.
Love me, I'll drop them too.
Hate me, I always eat my peas with a knife.
Love me, I'll eat like you.
Hate me, my fun is often boisterous.
Love me, that joy I'll share.
Hate me, when drinking I am riotous.
Love me, we'll be a pair. What? Love me, my prejudices I'll forever drop.
Hate me, that's not enough.
Love me, I'll come and help you in the shop.
Hate me, the life is rough.
Love me, my grammar I will all forswear.
Hate me, you'll be distraught.
Love me, I'll stick sunflowers in my hair.
Hate me, they'll suit you not. And what I'm going to say, be not enraged. I may not love you, for I am engaged.
Engaged? Engaged?
Engaged to a maiden fair, with bright brown hair and a sweet and simple smile, who waits for me by the sounding sea on a South Pacific isle. A lie, no maiden waits me there.
His bright brown hair.
A lie, no maiden smiles on me.
By the sounding sea, the sounding sea.
Oh, agony, rage, despair, the maiden has bright brown hair, and mine is as white as snow. False man, it will be your fault if I go to my family vault and bury my lifelong woe.
Oh, agony, rage, despair, oh, where will ascend, oh, where I should very much like to know. It'll certainly be my fault if she goes to a family vault to bury her lifelong woe.
False man, it
Will
will
certainly
be
be my
if I go to my family
fault
vault
if she
and
goes
bury
to a
my lifelong
family
woe.
vault.
The family vault,
The vault,
the family vault,
the family vault, the family vault,
the vault,
the family vault,
the vault,
the family vault,
The
the family vault, the family vault, the family vault,
the vault.
the family vault,
Yes, the family vault.
Well, this is awful trouble. If that lady should go to a family vault and end her lifelong sorrow in the cold confines of a tomb, I shall be to blame. That's it. My professional policy I cast aside. I know there is no way out of this disaster, and yet I must try. Oh, hideous doom to scatter desolation and cause unhappiness on every hand, and foster misalliance on every nation, and breed unequal matches in the land. By nature I am mild, humane, and tender. It racks my soul such fearful sights to see. I can bear it no longer. I will render this fearful gift to him who gave it me. Spirits short and spirits long, spirits weak and spirits strong, spirits slow and spirits fleet, spirits mixed and spirits neat, spirits dark and spirits fair, listen to my heartfelt prayer.
What favors do you seek? You called me, I am here. What would you? Speak!
Decrinites, mighty master, hear me now.
Hear him now!
Avert this terrible disaster. Free me from my vow.
Free him from his vow! Hear him now!
If thou, audacious elf, will yield Alexis to my grasp, and let his doom be signed and sealed in death's unpleasant clasp. Or if thou consent thyself to come below with me, I'll grant thy wish, presumptuous elf. I want him, or thee, or thou, or he. Which shall it be?
Or him, or me, which shall it be? Oh, master, pity show. These terms are not altogether satisfactory, your godliness, Master Decornides, sir.
And yet such terms you did agree to, nonetheless, when you signed our blood contract for business success.
And some success it has been. I'll try to meet your views, sir, but if one of us must go below, I'd rather it were he than I.
Much rather?
Much rather.
Greatly prefer it?
I would say so. Not intending any offense on your horrifying abode, Master.
Then be it so. When he will go with me below, just let me know. Bring out his knell, and I will quell the fatal spell. Till then, farewell.
Horrible, terrible, bound by my blood contract to two unsavory conclusions. What is to be done? For now, I must find that anguished woman. I can at least prevent any further disaster.
Oh, I wish Dr. Daly were not so preoccupied. I would like to speak with him on this matter. I have given everything to Alexis, signed and delivered it, parting with my past to join him in our future together. What more must I give? And yet he was right about distributing the love potion throughout the village. If he's right about this, then I should drink as much of this potion as possible. And if he is not right, well, even so. Oh, do not doubt me, my loved one. All fear and all concern I cast away. The fearful deed is done. And now to meet my love. And if any ill should come of this yet, at least it was my darling's will, and I obeyed.
Oh, my voice is sad and low, and with timid step I go, with abundance of love laden. I inquire of every maiden, will you wed me, cherished dearie? Will you share my palace cheery? Little lady answers no, no, no. Thank you for your kindly proffer, good your heart and full your coffer, yet I must decline your offer. I'm engaged to so-and-so. So-and-so, so-and-so. So-and-so, so-and-so. She's engaged to so-and-so. Sample, shampoo, young hearts blunders, claiming each of true love's wonders. Every maiden in the village is engaged to so-and-so. So-and-so, so-and-so. So-and-so, so-and-so. All engaged to so-and-so. What is this strange feeling?
It is a love potion that has been administered to you, Reverend. In fact, to the whole village at the behest of my husband. It compels you to fall in love with the first person you see. I happened to swig a great deal of it just now.
Oh, has it worked?
It has.
Oh, joyous moon, oh, my delight, oh, sun and moon, oh, day and night, rejoice, rejoice with me. Proclaim our joy, ye birds above, ye proclaim murmur for in choral ecstasy, oh, joyous moon,
Oh, my delight,
oh, sun and moon.
oh, day and night,
Rejoice with me, rejoice with me, rejoice, rejoice with me.
Ah, Eileen, my love, my only happiness. The potion, you have tasted it?
Yes, yes.
Oh, joy, you are mine forever and forever.
Oh, Alexis, don't do that. You must not.
Why?
alas, the lovers thus should meet. Pity, pity me. Oh, charge me not with cold deceit. Pity, pity me. You bade me drink with trembling awe. I drank and by the potion's life of the very first I saw. Oh, pity, pity me.
My dear young friend, console it be, we pity, pity you. In this I'm not in age and free, we pity, pity you. Through some extraordinary spell, o'er us has cast its magic well. The consequence I need not tell, we pity, pity you.
Some most extraordinary spell, o'er us has cast its magic well. False one, begone, I spurn thee, to thy new lover turn thee, thy treachery, all men shall know.
I could not help it.
Come, 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 oh.
We could not help it.
Obey my call.
We could
I could not
not
help it. I could not help it. I could not help it.
What does it matter him? What does it clatter? He's blowing after and threatens a blow. Or why does he matter the girl he did flatter? And why does the matter him go? So why does he matter? And why does the matter recoil from his soul? Why does the matter recoil from his soul?
Prepare for sad surprises. My love Eileen despises. No thought of sorrow shames her. Another lover claims her. Be he his false girl, or better, or for worse. Before you leave me, may a lover's curse.
Hold your singing! Be just. The poor girl drank the potion upon your insistence. She was surely on her way to meet you, but unhappily, she met me instead. And since you had administered the potion to the both of us, the result was inevitable.
Of course. Of course.
But fear no rivalry from me. I wish to cause trouble for no man. I will leave the country at once. I will bury my sorrow in the hospitable gloominess of a diocese abroad.
My excellent old friend, I do not wish that either. Oh, Mr. West, what is to be done now?
I don't know, but there is a way. There is one means of which the spell may be removed.
Name it. Please name it.
You or I must yield up his life to Decrinites.
Decrinitis?
He's my bad business partner, you might say. My evil business partner. He wishes one of us dead, and I'd rather it were you.
Much rather?
Yeah, much rather. I would, of course, have no hesitation to sacrifice my own life to spare yours, but my company takes stocks next week. It just wouldn't be fair.
True. Well, in the good cause, I fear nothing. I am ready.
No, Alexis, it must not be! Mr. Wells, if he must die, that all may be restored to their old loves. What is to become of me? I should be left out in the cold, with no love to be restored to.
True, I did not think of that. But still, you really believe you will love him still, even after he is welcoming such turmoil and grief?
I do. It would take a lot more than good intentions and bad judgment to change my love.
And was it not your mystical intervention that brought these ill-conceived matches to bear?
My friends, I appeal to you. I shall leave the decision in your hands. For he or I must die. Which shall it be? Reply.
Die thou art the cause of all offending.
Die thou, yield thou to this sickly unbending. Die thou, die thou, die thou.
Well, I expected as much. Alexis is well beloved, and for love, gentlefolk will do much. Well, I have always wished to retire from my profession while in my prime, and I suppose there is no more definitive way of doing so. So be it, I submit, my fate is sealed to popular opinion, thus I yield. Be happy all, leave me to my despair. I go, it matters not with whom or where.
Oh, my adored one.
Beloved Lord,
Ecstatic rapture.
unmingled joy. Let there be some good of this evil yet.
If you have awaited to a day to let your love be known, let this be the day.
Oh, my adored one,
Beloved boy,
exciting rapture,
unmingled joy. Mr. Wells, what? I thought you had to die.
So did I, and so I have, madam. I died as J.W. Wells, Sorcerer. My powers I was forced to leave from whence they came. I fortuitously remembered a loophole I had placed in my contract years ago. It took a little more blood to write, but it's finally paid off. That said, 'tis the end of J.W. Wells and Company, and I cannot imagine what I will do now.
Well, that being the case, there's no better place for him than our parish's choir. We'll have you signed up immediately.
Amen.
Well, it's a start.
Come to my mansion, all of you. At least we can crown our rapture with a breakfast feast.
Now for the banquet we press, now for the eggs and the ham. Now for the mustard and cress, now for the strawberry jam. Now for the tea of our host, now for the rollicking pie. Now for the muffin and toast, and now for the buttery fly. Now for the muffin and toast, and now for the buttery fly. The eggs and the ham and the strawberry jam, the rollicking pie and the buttery fly. The eggs and the ham and the strawberry jam, the rollicking pie and the buttery fly. The eggs and the ham and the strawberry jam and the rollicking pie. The rollicking pie and the buttery fly and the strawberry jam. Enough